Hi everybody, it's Shawn Sviridov with galleryss.com, and I'm going to show you some post-production and editing in Photoshop. The makeup and body paint was done by the amazing Chau, and you can check her out at Makeup by Chau on Instagram. We start with the raw picture. Straight out of the camera, it's a raw file I brought in, and first thing I'm doing is I'm cleaning up the skin. I'm going to fast forward here for a little bit by using a clone stamp tool and a paintbrush to basically brush in any imperfections on the skin. That's really your first job, and you should do that as a separate layer so you can later make corrections. Here what I'm doing is I'm now filling in the makeup and touching up any imperfections on the skin, as well as cleaning up any smudges that are left from the makeup process, because there's always going to be little smudges and imperfections left. Now I bring back the skin layer to bring back the skin detail on top of that, and then I do another pass of cleaning up against that, which leaves the skin texture in place. The next thing I'm doing is I'm evening out some of the color and brushing in the makeup. So here you can actually see me filling in the little gaps, because the makeup artist's brush is only so good and you can only get to a certain level, and after that it's really up to the photographer and the retoucher to come in and clean up the little tiny imperfections that are in place, because human skin is human skin and the brush is only so fine. Of course, Photoshop lets you get down to pixel level. So that's what I've done there, is I've expanded a little bit of the color and I'm brushing in the makeup color to fill in really the spots that the artist meant to fill in but simply couldn't reach. Now, of course, this is not something you'd be doing for a portrait when you're shooting a regular person's portrait, because that makes it look a bit more fake or not as authentic. But in this particular case, because I am doing an edit of a makeup and body paint shot, I'm able to really get much more creative. And that's one of the cool things about doing this kind of work, is you can get really creative when it comes to painting. Now what I'm doing here is I'm throwing another layer and I'm drawing back in some of the detail in the actual makeup, filling in some of the colors and then retouching the colors in the brushes that would have been lost when I did a skin cleanup, and also some of the colors that were lost when the makeup was basically running and waiting. So I've got multiple layers, and here I've noticed some imperfections in the corner. The outfit was ripped, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix the outfit, a little bit of copying and pasting, and also fill in the color around the skin where the makeup artist couldn't really get in there. And after all that, I bring it back into Lightroom where I make the final adjustments. So really what I did is I cleaned up the skin, repaired it, cleaned up any smudges, touched up the makeup, and brought the picture back into Lightroom for final edits and giving a bit of styling, as well as popping the eyes and also doing a little bit of contrast work. So here we have the final result. This is a full body edit, and here's a couple of portraits. One's a bit warmer, one's a bit cooler, but I'm hoping that you found this interesting and useful, seeing what kind of work is required in post-production of a photo, and really how creative you can get when you have a subject and a model, which is really a case of body paint and full makeup, where you can really get your creativity going. This is not really applicable for a professional corporate photo shoot, but you can hopefully get an idea of the kind of work that's really required to make a picture perfect picture. Thank you very much, everybody, and have a great day. Give this video a thumbs up and a like if you enjoyed this.